So, you're thinking about buying or leasing a Porsche Taycan? Maybe it's the sleek design, maybe it's the badge, or maybe you're ready to go electric and want to go all in. But hold up, before you sign the paperwork or drop six figures on a luxury EV, there are a few things you should know. Because while the Taycan is one of the best-looking EVs out there, it's also one of the most frustrating to own, especially if you're expecting a flawless Porsche experience. In this video, we're breaking down why you should avoid the Taycan, from reliability issues to tech glitches, charging problems, and more. Stick around, this one might save you serious money and a few headaches. Let's start with one of the Taycan's biggest weaknesses, software. For all its celebrated German engineering, the Taycan's digital systems are surprisingly fragile. Many owners report recurring glitches in the infotainment interface, frozen touchscreens, and random system reboots while driving. And we're not talking about minor hiccups. These bugs can lock you out of basic functions like climate control, navigation, and even drive mode selection. In some cases, when the system crashes, the screen simply displays the Porsche crest. And that's it. No buttons, no menus, just the logo, stuck there like a luxury-branded error message. Imagine trying to change your temperature or check your remaining range and being met with nothing but a motionless crest. Apple CarPlay dropping out mid-drive? Yep. Audio suddenly vanishing? Happens more than it should. Settings that disappear, then reappear like a ghost in the machine? That's just another day in Taycan ownership. Porsche has issued multiple over-the-air updates in an effort to fix these bugs, but for many owners, it's a frustrating cycle. One update solves a problem but often introduces a new one. It's a game of digital whack-a-mole, and the house always wins. Now let's talk about charging, the lifeblood of any EV. On paper, the Taycan has some of the fastest charging capabilities in the business, with an 800-volt system and a peak charge rate over 250 kilowatts. It should be a road-tripping dream. In reality, not so much. Public charging can be hit or miss. Owners have reported instances where the Taycan simply refuses to start a charging session. And this isn't just a rare glitch, it's a common complaint when using Electrify America or other fast-charging networks. Sometimes the car says it's charging, but the battery percentage doesn't budge, like it's on a coffee break. Other times, the session ends abruptly without warning, as if the Taycan just lost interest halfway through. And good luck if you're in a rural area with only one fast charger nearby. If you're hoping the Taycan's performance and charging speed will make up for its surprisingly short range, think again. The Taycan's EPA estimated range has always been underwhelming, especially compared to EV leaders like Tesla and Lucid. But what really throws owners off is how much that already limited range shrinks in real-world driving. Cold weather? Say goodbye to 30% of your battery. Long highway stretches? Efficiency drops fast. Spirited backroad driving? Let's just say you'll be seeing that low battery warning sooner than expected. Even the Taycan Turbo, with a price tag deep into six-figure territory, often struggles to deliver more than 220 miles per charge in mixed driving. That's a tough look when other EVs are sailing past 300 miles with ease. And here's another curveball. If certain battery cells begin to overheat or they're at risk of overcharging, Porsche's safety systems may automatically disable them. It's a smart precaution to reduce fire risk, but it also means you're losing usable battery capacity and range without any clear warning. So yes, the Taycan comes with range anxiety baked right in. Now let's get into reliability, because this might be the most surprising part of all. According to Consumer Reports, the Taycan ranks among the least reliable electric vehicles currently on the market, landing near the very bottom in recent reliability surveys. In its latest auto reliability report, Consumer Reports gave the Taycan one of the lowest predicted reliability scores in its class, based on a wide range of owner-reported issues. And it's not just a single recurring problem, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Owners have flagged problems across nearly every major system, including drivetrain electronics, charging hardware, climate control, infotainment bugs, and even battery management system faults. Adding to the concern, Porsche has issued several recalls for the Taycan, some of them quite serious. These include recalls related to high-voltage battery faults and brake system defects, both of which can directly impact safety and performance. In fact, Porsche's overall brand ranking took a noticeable hit in the survey, largely because of the Taycan. For a company built on a reputation for rock-solid engineering and reliability, that's a red flag waving in broad daylight, and an expensive reality check for buyers expecting worry-free ownership. At this point, the Taycan is starting to rack up more complaints than a Cybertruck forum on delivery day. And that's saying something. One of the quirks of the Taycan is how over-engineered some of its features are. Take the charge port door. It's motorized. Sounds cool, right? Until it freezes shut in the winter or fails to open because a sensor decides today's not your lucky day. Want to adjust your suspension height manually? Better hope the touchscreen is working. Want to open the frunk? There's a software button for that, unless the system is glitching. Everything in the Taycan feels like it's run by 3 layers of software, and when those layers don't get along, you're stuck. Now, let's talk money. The Taycan starts at a cool $100,000. But that's before you add in Porsche's notoriously expensive options list. Want adaptive cruise control? That's extra. Want ventilated seats? Add more. Want nicer wheels? That'll be an extra $5,000, please. Most Taycans you'll find on dealer lots sticker well over $130,000, and that's just for the 4S. Go Turbo or Turbo S, and you're deep into supercar territory. But it doesn't stop there. Sure, repairs are expensive, but for most Taycan owners, that's not the real issue. It's the inconvenience that stings. Scheduling service, waiting for a base Macan as a loaner, driving across town to drop it off, and then waiting days or sometimes weeks for diagnostics or parts. Even warranty-covered battery repairs can drag on for months. And for someone used to premium service and efficiency, that kind of disruption isn't just annoying, it's a lifestyle interruption. And then there's depreciation. Taycans have been losing value faster than a meme stock on a Monday morning. Just a few years in, and some used models are already selling for up to 50% below their original MSRP. For a Porsche, that's less collector's item and more expensive lesson. Here's one you might not expect from Porsche: build quality problems. Some Taycans have rolled off the line with misaligned body panels, loose trim pieces, and rear hatch motors that fail after a few thousand miles. There have even been cases of dashboard creaks and rattles, something Porsche fans never thought they'd hear themselves say. And while Porsche is known for tight tolerances and precision fitment, it seems the transition to EV production introduced some growing pains. There's no question the Taycan is fast. Even the base models can launch from 0 to 60 in under 4.4 seconds. The Turbo S, blink and you'll miss it. But if you plan on doing back-to-back runs or taking your Taycan to the track, you might be disappointed. Thermal limitations can cause the car to dial back power output after a few minutes of hard use. Owners have reported brake fade on twisty mountain roads. And in some cases, the regenerative braking system has failed to engage predictably under extreme conditions. For a performance EV, that's not ideal. What about the wagon variants, the Cross Turismo and the Sport Turismo? While they look amazing and they offer more cargo space, they're not immune to the same issues we've covered. In fact, they introduce a few of their own. The air suspension can be finicky, sometimes getting stuck in the wrong height setting. The added rear overhang makes parking a bit more of a guessing game. And that dramatic sloping rear roofline, it limits usable cargo space more than you'd expect. Unless your family consists of 2 people and a Chihuahua, don't expect to haul much more than a couple of weekend bags. It may look like a wagon, but it packs more style than actual storage. Another major downside Porsche still hasn't solved: it doesn't have its own proprietary charging network like Tesla. That means Taycan owners rely on third-party networks like Electrify America, ChargePoint, and others. And if you've ever tried road tripping in a non-Tesla EV, you know how spotty and unreliable those chargers can be. Sure, the Taycan can charge fast when it works, but the inconsistency of third-party charging adds range anxiety where there shouldn't be any. So, is the Porsche Taycan a bad car? No, it's beautiful, fast, futuristic, and when it works, one of the most exciting EVs out there. But that's the catch: when it works. For the price, the Taycan brings a surprising number of headaches. Software bugs, charging issues, reliability concerns, and high running costs make it a tough sell. So before you buy one, ask yourself, are you in love with the idea of the Taycan, or ready for the reality of a car that might spend more time in service than in your driveway? Because owning one doesn't just cost money, it costs time. Let us know in the comments, have you driven or owned a Taycan? Did it live up to the hype or fall short? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. We've got more brutally honest EV reviews on the way. Thanks for watching, and remember, just because it wears a fancy German crest on the front doesn't mean it's bulletproof.